just kept giving me the hourglass of doom and rotating it for the Zoom meeting. And now I can't get my earbuds on.
Welcome to a sleep-deprived beer field. I really hope I did everything right to actually get this to live stream. I am your host at Beerfield Hop, Chris Hopper, as always. Or not as always, actually. We got a full house this Sunday.
We do.
You gotta take off the intro graphic, bruh.
Already took off the intro graphic.
Oh, it's still showing it's up.
It's because there's a lag on YouTube.
Oh, there it goes. Hey.
Yeah, YouTube's about 30 seconds behind where we actually are most of the time.
I don't want our new best friend jumping in.
No, I remember to do that.
Yes.
I remember to do that this time. There's one thing that happens. It's not that I never make the same mistake twice. It's that I don't make the same mistake twice on back-to-back episodes.
That's the first thing you do. Fuck these motherfuckers. Off.
We're not doing that again.
I should probably.
Hey, 9 minutes later, I got my earbuds working.
Hey.
Hey, Apple, it just works.
And it just goes, meh. Okay.
Meh.
There's a new slogan. Apple. It just
What- what-
works.
Oh no,
are you guys drinking today?
that's old. That's what they used to put
Oh,
in all
is
their
it?
press conferences and shit.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
don't
they
do
marketed
anything.
it. We had a heyday with that up in Geek Squad back in the day. I have a Caldy's Coffee Dark Roast.
I'm drinking a pumpkin spice cappuccino.
I just
At
have
my
Folgers.
basic. Oh, so good.
Just a Folgers.
Just Folgers black.
I'm
No cream, no nothing. I can't
Yeah.
drink coffee and cream.
drinking.
Yeah, I only drink coffee black.
I can, but I typically drink coffee black. So
Because
I like coffee how I like my women. Hot.
Jesus. And we're canceled.
and we're done. You said hot.
sure
There's Folgers in your cup. I mean, it could have gone a different
It
direction. So
could-
here we are.
it could-
Yeah,
it could
so-
have. I'm glad it didn't.
I'm just saying. I like it hot.
Yeah, he likes some hot. But thank God hot's subjective. So everyone listening out there, your wives are hot. Wait a minute. That's weird too.
Wait, that's odd.
Yeah, it's odd.
Your wife isn't awake yet, is she?
Oddly, no. Normally she's up right now, but
Yeah.
we had a Halloween party Friday, so she's probably still recovering from it.
Yeah, I saw that. You went as a terrible beer.
We went as pickle beer. It was fantastic.
I had that
It's
pickle
stupid.
beer, and my God.
It's so good for some people.
Good.
You can get mad about all you want. It's not for everybody.
I'm not mad about it. I just wish it was toned down a little bit. That's all.
Well, I'm glad it's the way it is. There's too many toned down pickle beers.
It's bold.
It is bold. It's
I'll give you
supposed
a
to be bold.
Oh, yeah, I am starting Vince Chronic there. Sweet.
Brian made
Even though
solid
Van
tweets.
Jefferson's back today.
Who?
Van Jefferson's back today.
Who? George Jefferson?
Van Wilder.
Thomas
There,
Jefferson?
they see that makes
Yeah.
sense. See, that's
Oh.
better.
Okay.
Okay.
He's back in college.
All right,
Van Wilder.
we'll do a quick weather run through. If he was back in college, I'd be more interested in starting him. We'll do a quick weather run through here. Quick. Not a whole lot. Jaguars and Broncos will have 13 miles an hour southwest winds. That's meh. Maybe some drizzle and a little bit of wind in Seattle, which is fairly normal there. Nothing that looks super concerning for any of these games weather-wise. So that's a plus. We'll go ahead and jump into the news. Well, it's dead. I don't know if it's going to pick up closer to game time or not. So, what's up, Alex? Single origin Guatemalan French fry. That's lots of
Ooh.
sugar. All right, there's a question there. Thanks, Dan. What do I do with
Yay.
Waller?
I didn't. I apparently the chat wasn't popping up for me. It's now. We're good now. What do I do with Waller and Dolchich?
Could also
could I-
been, Rondale and play both. This is Bourbon Bowl, so it's got their scoring, so it's premium with first downs.
Does Waller still carry a questionable tag, I'm assuming?
I'll go ahead and look up Andrew.
You can probably pull up schedules.
I got those pulled up.
I never remember
There's Andrew.
where they play.
I hate it when they do it that way. He does not carry an injury designation. Oh, yeah, he does. Hamstring, limited participate, questionable.
Raiders get the
But
Saints.
Devontae Adams is close to on his way back. I want to say it's Dolce.
It's the flu game. What's up, Bama?
And I don't think he benched Rondale, but I want to say it's Dolce. 9 targets last week.
I'd play Ron. There's upside in Rondale against the
No,
Vikings.
that's
So
what I'm saying. I'd keep Rondale in, and then I'd just play Dolce at your tight end.
Yeah.
That's-
Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Dalton at tight end. I'm actually starting him this week. He was my Travis Kelce replacement.
Would you play him over Waller though?
Of course. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
because you
right
don't know
now.
the status of Waller is right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and status aside too. I mean, Waller has not been when he
Waller's-
has
Waller's
been
Not a Andrews or Kelsey or
Yeah, he's-
Njoku.
not in that. His high water mark is week 1 where he got 4 for 79.
It's been a little gross.
Other than that, he's been pretty pedestrian.
Yeah. It's just roll.
Not
So-
been fun.
Yeah, rule still
It's tight ends. It freaking sucks.
It does.
Roll out.
It
Well, that's
does.
today's
What's up,
game.
Bama? All right, I'm gonna hit some of this trade talk here real quick. Actually, you know what? Rather than do that, I want to discuss a philosophy here with some of these players that could be traded. The Kareem Hunts and Brandon Cooks of the world. It's actually they're at the very top.
The same players we hear every year for the last 3 years.
Right.
God.
My question is, do you fade them for fear that teams are going to protect them from getting injured if there's active trade discussion, or do you play them hoping that these teams try to up their value by feeding them targets or carries?
I see. I don't get they have to bump their value. We are in the middle of a season. Like they're
The value should be
like
set.
unless an injury happens to a player that could change their touches and stuff. What's gonna really change?
I guess it depends.
Play them would actually get them hurt more often, which make it even more difficult for them to get traded. So
Yeah.
but that's not what the NFL actually really does. So
Yeah. Well, I guess the other thing too is it depends on how much interest you have going on the back end. A guy like Brandon Cooks, who there's been some smoke around multiple teams interested. I could see you trying to protect him from injury. Where
he's also
Yeah.
hurt too. He's also got
he's also already hurt. Yes.
Yeah.
So there's no. I mean, there is no. Like if Houston's actively looking to shop him, there's
They should
there's no benefit for him to play.
no. And Kareem Hunt, yeah, I haven't really heard specifics on him, so maybe that's a situation where you try to get him a couple more touches.
But even then, I mean, he's had his role for 3 years there. People have his film from when he was with Kansas City. It's not like we don't know who Kareem Hunt is as a bell cow, and then what he's been able to add to your team as a role player
Sure.
plus.
It's something I'm going to watch this week, basically, because it's something I've never really developed a philosophy around.
But something that we
Yeah.
can talk about is Aaron Rodgers or McCorkle and Scott Fishbowl
Oh boy. Oh
For-
boy.
for,
That's a rough one.
for Alex. Do you want to play Rodgers against
Oh,
Buffalo?
God. No.
Sunday
Not
Night
really.
Football.
Without Lazard.
Do you want to play the potential benching of Mac Jones again due to injury?
I've
Which-
got
There is.
similar issues in another league.
I don't think Rodgers has killed you. He just hasn't given you any boom.
No.
I'm playing Rodgers. It's like this is probably in the second QB spot, so you don't need I mean obviously you want upside, but you also need consistency. And that's the one thing that Mac Jones hasn't been able to give you since he's been back, and that is any sort of consistency. It just in him being available.
well, the one
in-
game
in-
he's been
in-
back. Do you
Instead
think
games. Instead games.
the one game since he's returned from injury?
Yeah.
So
It's still kind of important. He played one half.
Hear me out and don't say no right away. But he played what, one drive? Was it one half or was it
He played one half.
One half,
right? No.
No, he came in before the end of the half.
It was like one quarter.
He played like one
and a half quarter.
So, hear me out. Is it possible that was
His other QB's Dalton? Sorry, Alex.
That might be
that's
better.
That's a rough one. Yeah, I'd go Dalton though on that one.
I mean, you're playing Dalton.
That might be
playing Dalton for sure. You're playing Dalton for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have to play quarterback? Remember, it's Scott Fish, so they're still active.
Who else do you have? But what I was going to say is it possible that was the plan the whole time, or that with Mac's injury, what was originally supposed to be a 3 to 4 week absence, he was back in 2? Is it possible that was gamesmanship by Belichick?
I mean, maybe. I mean, maybe it's a mixture of both, or maybe Belichick is trying to start something with playing multiple quarterbacks, which is very rare.
Because it's not like after the first 2 drives, Zappy looked great either. I mean, the Bears have a good defense.
Zappy looked
in the second half. He looked pretty terrible. So
yeah,
but the Bears are also weirdly one of the better teams at making second half adjustments too. So, which is something I thought I would. That bodes great for the future.
It actually bodes really.
Good something I thought I'd never be able to say. It's weird what competent coaching does. I think that Rodgers against the Bills is either going to go really bad or really terrible, and there's no in between.
There is, because there is no good. I feel like Rodgers could.
Sorry, I said that wrong. It's either going to go really good or really terrible. There's not. I don't think this is going to be one of those mediocre days. It's either going to be fantastic or it's going to be totally dog shit.
I don't think.
I thought it was between bad or really bad.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with Rodgers.
that's how I feel with him too.
There is average because there's nothing good about Rodgers this year, like at all, outside of his consistency, where you can count on 16 points.
Yeah. All right. I think I'd go with McCorkle.
Ryan, where are you going with?
Yeah. I just. Ugh.
Yeah.
That Bills defense, I just feel like they're just gonna kill the freaking Packers.
So you're on the really terrible side. So you're saying McCorkle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with you don't have to play quarterback in that second slot. Maybe that's your way.
Maybe you just go play a second kicker instead.
You might actually get more points.
So Bama wants to know Gallup, Brian Robinson, or Nyheim Hines.
It's
at PPR.
It's got to be Brian Robinson. Oh,
pick 2.
Okay.
So sit 1 or pick 2.
Robinson and Hines are the 2 that I want to play, I guess. I don't love either of the second options there. Here's my problem with Gallup. He was outplayed by Noah Brown in Dak's first game. And
he's also coming back from his injury, so yeah.
He's also.
This is the same conversation we just had about Mac Jones
But he's also. Look, the Bears have been very, very good against the pass. I mean, I know this is the toughest offense that they've played in a bit, but it's not like the Cowboys' offense has looked like a juggernaut, and the Bears' secondary is decent. So this is definitely going to test them, but 2 targets, no receptions, total goose egg last week against Detroit. I still have Gallup rostered a couple places, and I am very, very much in a I need to see it first. Coming back off his injury, he's 4 weeks back from his injury versus 1 week back for McCorkle. And in those 4 weeks, yes, he did see 7 targets in one game, but he hasn't eclipsed 50 yards. There's absolutely no floor there right now.
I mean, Brian, I think Robinson's the only one with any real floor, and even then it's not great floor. But
he's improving though, week after week since he's been back.
I mean,
so.
I would hope so.
He surpassed the Tyler Algier line of floor.
Yeah,
that's not hard to do.
But I mean, like I said, earlier this week, 37 carries over the last 2 games.
Yeah,
that's a lot of carries. So
they get a pretty neutral game script matchup against the Colts. So I mean, a game in which, in theory, Hines should not be utilized all that much. Both teams have a turnover prone quarter. Well, actually, we don't know who Sam Ehlinger is at this point, but We have at least
He's a-
one turnover prone
He's
quarterback.
probably going to be turnover prone.
They're,
I-
they're probably going to protect him a lot with Taylor, and maybe you get some check down the Hines.
Well,
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. It's gonna
That's
be
what
more
I'm thinking
checkdowns.
too, especially because the Colts' offensive line is banged up. They have not looked good, and Washington does have an okay pass rush. This is not a good alignment of things. And
This is not
they
good
have
for-
to game plan.
yeah.
Naeem Hines in on some checkdowns and some short yardage stuff.
I would play. So Alex in the chat said it'd be Gallup and B Rob. I would play Gallup for upside over high. You're playing Brian Robinson.
You're playing
one of
Brian
the three.
Robinson. I'm not touching Gallup right now. I in 4 weeks
No.
back, the only thing he's given me that's been mildly usable is a touchdown. Naeem
Which is
Hines
something that Hines has not done yet. this
equally
year.
hasn't been fantastic, but especially any form of PPR format, I think there's some, a little bit of upside to him this week. But I'm not touching Gallup right.
I would
And I
play
haven't-
Gallup for upside and Hines.
Hey, let's hear what Ryan would do. You already stated your opinion.
Yeah, I would
Thanks,
definitely play
buddy.
Hines just because I think it's gonna be a lot of check down. Because Ellinger as a safety valve will always I feel like the rookie quarterback always wants to dump it off to the side. So I feel like Naheem Hines is gonna be out there more than we think.
If I'm wrong about Gallup, I'm not going to be surprised. But I've talked at least here about being okay with having that happen on your bench because of past performance. That's the gamble I'm taking with Gallup, right?
So do I go Latavius Murray or Naheem Hines in a flex when I'm already starting Melvin Gordon?
Jesus, Latavius Murray's ugly. Sorry, I didn't mean that as a.
No,
So is Naeem Hines. So it's not like Naeem Hines has been.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm going Naheem Hines on it just because I just
Useful at
feel
all.
it's just a gut feeling.
Well, Naeem Hines at least has a role. We don't know. We know
Yeah.
what his role is. I have no idea how that Broncos backfield is going to look.
It's London.
My team's pretty gross right now.
I mean, I don't expect Marlon Mack to be a nuisance yet.
Ooh,
I guess it's Murray.
It's a joke. He's the one that's getting the actual production the past couple of weeks. Again, right? You're going with process.
yeah.
Like Hines has his role. There is no upside to that outside of maybe he gets a touchdown. But we just spent 2 weeks ago talking about Deion Jackson. What about this game?
What did
Right.
Deion Jackson do last week?
I don't think he did anything last week. But I'm just saying, we spent a lot of time talking about potentially Hines losing more of
He
his.
had 2 rushes for 3 yards and no targets last week.
But Hines hasn't. I mean, I don't know.
Hines had 5 targets last. 5 targets. I want to say 5 receptions last week.
Yeah, he went 5 for 5. He had his best. He had his second best game of his year.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's pretty. I'm
Yeah,
just
I think
saying
the,
that's
the Colts are gonna
decision
play
they
it safe with Ellinger. I think
And
I'm
throw
still-
their
I'm
tight
going Hines.
ends.
Yeah. Yep.
made.
Well,
There you go. Go pick up Jelani Woods and start him instead.
I mean, go pick up Carrots. Carrots Campbell.
Garrett Campbell.
Karras Campbell.
Carrots Campbell.
The Colts offense does scare. I'll give you that. I think I agree with the Naeem Hines take, but the Colts wide receivers right now, not knowing who Ellinger is in this matchup, do scare me.
Oh, I'll play the under. I mean, I'm still like it's not. There's no real upside, right? Because you can't
Right.
expect them to score a lot of points. But
No, and you don't know what Ellinger's gonna do.
no,
I mean, he's probably gonna throw the football.
you don't know what this
sometimes.
whole offense is going to do. Like
Might scramble.
Jonathan Taylor for 35 touches, and that's it.
I'm
Like,
not. I would not be surprised.
That's my safest predicament with this team.
Dobbs versus London and Scott Fishbowl.
What about Dobbs versus London? God, I don't think I'm playing Dobbs after Rodgers pretty much called him out by not actually calling him out. He didn't say his name, but we all knew it was
I
about
think
him.
we'll call him out, then try to lift him up. London has been really bad.
I mean, I believe
the-
both of them have been very bad lately.
Yeah. The Atlanta Falcons have been really bad. They don't throw.
Well, that's
You
true.
don't throw. You can't throw 14 times in a game where you're losing by a
He had
lot.
One
By
target.
double digit scores.
Yeah, it's like
so
come on,
bad.
throw the
His
friggin-
targets have gone down the last 3 weeks.
It's so bad.
His high water mark after the first 3 weeks of the season was 40 yards.
Yeah, there's a lot of victory lapping on good old
London.
Drake London after 3 weeks. Not to say that
Dobbs-
he won't be good anymore. I'm just saying.
Dobbs hasn't been much better. You are missing Alan Lazard. He's also not the one on his team like London's perceived to be. Zambi Watkins, I don't know. I would go Dobbs, but I don't feel great about it. It is against Buffalo too. That's a wild card. Better. Well, shit. London's up against Carolina. That's not any better.
Nah.
It's a coin flip.
It's rough.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going Dobbs, and that's just because
I think
that's what my
I'd go.
first-
Yeah,
You're
I
going
think
Dobbs just because you feel like he has to throw to that because
I'm
there's nothing else to
no,
throw
I'm
to.
going
But Christian
Dobbs.
Watson.
I'm going Dobbs because that was my first impression, and I'm just gonna stick with it.
Yeah, it's fine. I think I'd go London, but man, it's I hate to have to make that choice. Ryan,
Yeah. Same Z's. I mean, it's an ugly decision, but yeah. I'd go
well,
with that.
who? I mean, Hopper said
we
different
did
players.
say the same thing.
Yeah, we said different
I
players.
said Dobbs.
I'd go Dobbs. Just,
okay.
just-
So you're Dobbs. You guys,
Yeah.
I'm
You're getting ganged up on
by
this
myself
morning.
today. It's
Yeah.
fine. Bama wants to know Willis or Pickett. And I agree
I
with
like
Alex. I'm going Willis.
I'm going
I
Willis.
like Willis Willis for the rushing upside.
Yeah,
We all agree finally.
take that rushing upside.
He's going to run a lot today.
Do you want rushing upside, or do you want 50 passes and 3 picks?
And 1 sack fumble
Yeah.
and 250 yards, maybe a couple touchdowns if you're lucky. No, it's Willis. It's going to be gross. All right, we got a longer winded question. Do I make any changes the rest of the year? Half PPR, 12 man. So asking about potential roster moves. So it's got Derek Carr, Kenneth Walker, ETN. Some good running backs. Mike Evans, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, Nick Chubb, Brandon Cooks, Cortland Sutton, Allen Robinson, Bateman, Rashad White, Cousins. So your quarterbacks are Carr and Cousins. So you're playing streamable with some upside. Running backs are Strawn with ETN, Kenneth Walker, and Nick Chubb. You should be Strawn with that. Depending on your record, you should be feeling pretty good about that. Wide receivers: Mike Evans, AJ Brown, Brandon Cooks, Cortland Sutton, Bateman, and Robinson. I mean, if you're looking to make any moves, it'd be probably for a more suitable number 3. But if you listen to the show on Thursday, we are pretty heavy into wanting to keep your RB depth. So be very careful if you're going to move a running back.
Yeah, I try to pair the wide receivers up and try to upgrade that. Do like a 2-for-1 deal.
You could. You need another Robinson or Sutton blow up. You need Sutton to have a good game in London, probably. Because you're not trading Bateman right now. He's obviously hurt. He's got very little value in redraft, especially after low volume Lamar game, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm just gonna agree with you. I would try to shore up that wide receiver 3, but be careful trading backs because depth and such.
Yeah.
I'd agree
Probably
with
don't need
that.
to make too. Yeah, you probably don't need to make too much of a
You should be
move.
okay. I mean, if that's what if that's what the roster structure is, I'm assuming 12 team. You're not the only one having rotating wide receiver 3 stuff going on.
Yeah. 12 team half PPR.
Yeah. You're not the only one having rotating wide receiver.
You're
3
going to
stuff
get a
going
lot
on
of
right
off.
now.
You're going to get a lot of offers for running backs. If you sell, you got to sell high. Like you cannot take. I saw someone trade Mixon for Darren Waller on Twitter. You got some spam going on.
Why?
Yeah, and then someone saw it from the community, posted it, and we all jumped into it. And the dude made the trade, and his reason is because he already had ETN and Josh Jacobs. He goes, "I'm feeling pretty good. I'm fine." I'm like, this is what loses you championships, bud.
Okay. He's gone.
Okay.
Remove. I'd have to do that individually. That sucks.
Well, hopefully it doesn't pop. Anyways,
You know, I don't like how YouTube doesn't call it block anymore.
I know. Well, we got to protect them. We got to protect the bots, Hopper. They have feelings.
Right.
This is how it starts.
I feel better that we're at least getting spammed early.
Well,
In the
at
league.
least we're getting spammed for links to go watch stuff, not what we got spammed for a couple of times last year.
I'm already illegally watching the
Oops,
game. Stop.
Yeah.
It's
It
on
was a lot-
ESPN Plus.
A lot worse last year.
I don't pay for ESPN Plus.
That's what the London game's on.
I accidentally got it renewed. I did not cancel in time.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I had that happen to me when I re-upped like Fubo for our draft spec.
Oh, I
Draft
remember you
Spectacular.
telling me that. Yeah.
I forgot to cancel it. Got hit for $80. I'm like, oops.
Yeah. I mean, I use
Ouch.
I use ESPN Plus to help with the March Madness bets, but that's about it.
Russell Wilson's active.
I'm
Yeah.
doing weird stuff in middle field in London
Yeah.
already.
Yep, saw that. Zeke Elliott not gonna play. Dalton Schultz is expected to play. Devontae Adams is not sick anymore.
Although it cheats, I keep seeing Kareem Hunt to Kansas City.
I don't see why though.
I see that everywhere.
But it's like why? Why would it? What? They're not a running back away.
Why? Because of what he was prior. Obviously,
And they don't. The Chiefs probably don't want to run that back.
No.
That's my point. Like, why do I see so many insiders saying that the Chiefs are considering this?
With the
Like,
way,
they didn't forget how that broke up happened, right?
right.
Yeah.
That's-
Why would you bring him back? That'd be such a horrible PR move with like very little payoff.
Right. Just keep hoping something else breaks out.
Or go trade for, I don't know, like Cam Akers.
Yeah.
Cam Hakers.
Gross. Look, you can add
Or
another.
Cam Akers.
You can add another guy to the bunch of guys.
I mean, that's what they want. They just want a whole back. They're trying to compete with Buffalo for the most mid running back room.
If they wanted to backfill the Jags, they should have traded for James Robinson. Encroachment.
I got YouTube pulled up finally. There we go.
Stanley Morgan.
It sounds like Ryan needs a new computer.
Don't care.
I'm running multiple computers now.
Kyron Williams is not going to be activated today.
Oh, sorry, truthers.
So it'll be Darrell Henderson for one more week. Nico Collins is officially out. So Philip Dorsett will draw in just like he did a couple weeks back. Really doesn't
Is it
matter.
Dorsett or is it Chris Moore?
It's
Could it be a Chris Moore week?
It was Dorsett the last time Collins was out. So that's what I'm going off of. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that's what happened last time.
I got a huge trade offer right now in one of my leagues.
What'd you get? Any good?
Yeah, because it's a keeper league, and to push for the championship. Whoops, it just freaking went away.
Oh,
No, like there we go, getting it back up. There.
Somebody withdrew it.
No, it's not withdrawn. So I'd be trading since I'm pushing for a championship. Jamar Chase, Michael Thomas, Calvin Ridley, Mike Evans, Brees Hall, Keenan Allen.
What the
Oof.
hell?
Mind you, this is a keeper league, but it also has it's a salary cap, so you have to make money work to make the trades
Yeah.
work.
Yep.
In return, I'd be getting Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Stephon Diggs, and Michael Gallup.
Ooh.
There's a lot going out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
But if you're pushing for a championship, getting that 1-2 back tandem
and Diggs
and
Yeah.
Diggs.
and the wide receiver one.
Yeah,
It's green
and then,
when black, apparently. From Bama.
and then I'd still have DeAndre Swift as
Dick
another
or
running
Black.
back.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me. Oh, I know what happened. That's my.
I could still have Mike Williams. I would have Debo Samuel also still, so I'd still have Mike Williams and Debo Samuel.
I mean, I don't think anyone would be I don't think anyone would be sad to have to have McCaffrey, Diggs as keepers too if you made this move.
Well, the keepers are those guys I can't keep. The only one I'd be able to keep would be Jonathan Taylor out of the deal
Oh, that's right.
next year. It's like this is basically just pushing because Diggs is a high dollar. He was one that was thrown back into the pool.
Yeah. Okay.
Zoom is weird about things. That's why the screen went black. If I have something else on the same monitor I have you guys on, I can't minimize Zoom. I have to pull the other window up over the top of Zoom. And for some reason, there's a distinction there because if I minimize it, Zoom breaks and the stream breaks. That's why the screen goes black. But if I just click what I'm looking at up over Zoom, it's all fine.
Jeebus.
Background. That one really wasn't my fault. That's just some odd bullshit.
I think I would make that move, Ryan. If you really feel confident. If you really feel confident about this year
that you're running for it, that is the exact type of move to make because you're giving up a guy like Breece Hall is not going to contribute again this year, even though it's a keeper league. That's a long-term implication. Keenan Allen's been out for so long that I don't know if you can. I mean, he should be back after the bye, but I don't know you can count on it. And Diggs is still a massive upgrade. Michael Thomas, you have no timeline on. I think that's the exact type of move that I would make if I'm pushing for a championship.
Yeah, because I'm 4-3 right now. I'm more than likely going to be 4-4 after this week, just because I have an injured lineup.
Yeah, I would do it.
So it's either you retool for next year and keep Hall and Chase, or you try to push the chips in.
Yeah.
How many teams make the playoffs?
6.
And it's a 12 team. 10
team. Yeah.
Where are you currently at right now?
Good question. I am currently 5. I'm in 5th right now.
5th.
That's a same record, or are you games up?
3 other teams are tied with me, so they're only beat me by
points.
Yeah.
I'd say you push in.
That's a real 50-50. It's what you want to do. Do you want to have that team be competitive this year, or do you want to just wait for it next year? That's.
I'm also number 3 in points right now.
Yeah,
I would put.
Just lost Jamar Chase. I mean,
I'm pushing in on that one.
Yeah. Do you want to have fun this year, or do you want to have fun next year, Ryan?
I mean,
this year, I always want to have fun this year. Next year, I don't care about next year. I want to win money.
You're probably still having fun next year too. So
you probably are still having fun next year.
That's the type of trade that really doesn't hurt you until 3 or 4 years out. So,
and by that point, I think a lot of them
and
are
by that point,
salary, anyways.
Well, yeah, and by that point, who knows where Keenan Allen or Michael Thomas are, or what they're doing, and some of the other pieces in that trade. Breece Hall is really the only long-term implication there, I think. Jamar Chase.
Yeah, and those are two cheap players.
Yeah. Those are very
Those are
that does carry higher value,
but you're getting enough back. So
that's all that person would be keeping would be Breece Hall and Jamar Chase out of the deal, and possibly Calvin Ridley if he comes back.
He's setting himself up pretty nicely for next year. I will give him if you make that move.
Yeah.
He's set up very nicely next year.
Works for both. Yeah. Now it
does
the team offering you the trade? Are they out of
it? Out of the playoffs.
Okay.
Oh no, they're so far out. They're so far out of it. There's no they could win out and they'd still be in last place.
Really?
Yeah.
Wilson.
Damn, how bad is their team went down?
Wilson just threw a pick.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
All that big midfield workout went for nothing.
Sorry,
this team's 0-7.
They're 0-7 with McCaffrey, JT, and Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man.
They have nothing else around them?
That's impressive.
Well, they've also had the most points scored against them too. So
so they just had some bad luck to them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying that it's all lined up for them because JT's been banged up and McCaffrey got traded, but
they've had 80 more points scored against them than I have scored against me.
Melvin Gordon is both the carries so far.
Yay.
And Travis Etienne's got 2 catches already.
That pick was Wilson trying to force it to Sutton when he was blanketed.
Does this get any are we really watching Denver burn with this deal and Seattle just made off like bandits? We're about to get more Pete Carroll because of this trade
I was
too.
thinking about something while I was pooping. And I really
And-
think, like, was Russ ever good, or was that Carroll? Because look at what Gino's doing. Gino's been
Russ was very efficient.
He was
like
very
he was very
he
very
was
good.
very efficient. Okay, I'm about to make the system quarterback argument. I hate myself, but he was very efficient. But that's exactly what we're seeing out of Geno Smith on that
Is
team
it-
now.
Is it Pete Carroll or is it the offensive coordinators? It's because isn't Pete Carroll more
They've
defensive?
cycled through a lot of offensive coordinators though, and the philosophy has never really shifted.
Yeah, Russ has been maybe it was a trade, maybe it's
Maybe it's Nathaniel Hackett's offense, because remember, Hackett also kind of got this job off the back of Rodgers, and I didn't really buy Hackett as a good OC.
he wasn't. I mean, he was probably. I mean, it's hard to know when Rodgers can literally be his own. He is his own OC.
Right, and
He has a whole package of kill offs you can kill off too. So
I guess he did make Alan Hearns look good, but well, that was probably more on Bortles. But also, if Russ is this bad with Hackett, think about how good Blake Bortles would have been had he
I
not.
know. Yeah, but he's off in the sunset, man.
That's true.
He's on a beach somewhere.
Suck
He's
it,
playing
suck it,
golf.
nerds.
Yeah, suck it, nerds.
Just good enough. Just good enough.
He's
to
waiting
take
for
some
his Hall
money.
of Fame. He's waiting for the guy, from Hall of Fame to knock on his beach door.
That's
And
a hell of a run by ETN.
he's gonna be good. Praise be, he does not get hurt. We keep losing all the young players.
Well,
All the young
Boswell's
backs.
out. I don't know. I think I'm done this live stream.
Are we?
Or are there more questions?
No.
Don't.
Unless you want to keep live talking about the game.
Not really.
We are all good.
I mean, I'll hang out and talk about the game with you guys, but I don't really want to live stream myself talking about it.
Just here like watching. Hey, it's like wait till your kids get older. See them like kids playing with toys. I'm like, why are you guys watching a kid play with a toy?
That's
I don't know,
That seems weird, man.
dude. It is weird. It's like, but every kid does it.
Here, we got a question.
Oh,
See,
okay.
told you.
We got to start two.
Okay.
Najee Harris, Deonta Foreman, or Terry McLaurin.
I'm definitely starting.
sitting-
I'm definitely
Are
starting.
we sitting
Foreman.
Harris? Are we sitting Harris?
I think that's the call. I'm definitely starting Foreman with no Chuba.
McLaurin, there's going to be
No
no
Dotson.
Dotson. No, not Dotson. Dotson? Yeah, Dotson.
Dotson.
For some reason, I'm thinking of their other first round wide receiver that
Dotson,
busted.
not Doxson.
Doxson.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Doxson.
Doxson.
Dotson, not Doxson.
Touchdown, Evan Ingram.
Just like we planned.
Just like it's London. It makes no fucking sense.
London. He's gonna have 3.
Oh God, he
Yeah.
is. He is the new Mercedes Lewis.
Just saw it.
He's a new Mercedes Lewis.
I think Avery. I think you're sitting. I think we all are in agreement. And
They're sitting Najee.
you're
That's
playing
gross.
Foreman and McLaurin and sitting Najee. We all told you everyone to fade him this year.
I don't.
Sip and tea.
That brings up a good question. I think I'm playing Foreman in your dynasty league because of the Debo. I am. That's fine.
Well, I'm playing Foreman in places I have him. I'm playing against Wilson
yeah.
in,
Okay.
in the
so
Bourbon Bowl.
I'm about to test that. Playing Foreman in places I have him. I have Foreman on this team. Do you start him over Mixon, McCaffrey, or Jacobs?
You're not playing him over Jacobs or McCaffrey. I mean, Mixon, right? No Chase. Is he going to get elevated route run? Maybe get some more, targets out the backfield.
See my dilemma?
Yeah. I mean, better offense, right? So I guess you could, when in doubt between two players, why you just lean with the higher upside? That should be in theory, that should be Mixon.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as much as you want to play, like that's
As much as I want to play Pierce or Foreman, what's gonna happen?
Or Pierce. Pierce is in this deal. I mean, you didn't mention Pierce.
Yeah, I got Pierce in that deal too.
Oh wow.
fuck.
Oh
It's
wow.
What
I
needs-
think it's. I
what's,
think it's the same.
what's gonna happen is I'm gonna trade one of them after this week and upgrade my wide receiver position, which right now is just Mike Evans, Michael Pittman, and Adam Thielen. But
It's just dynasty or redraft.
redraft.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that might be a time where you can make one.
that's
you can
what I'm
trade
gonna
running
do
back.
is I'm gonna make a running back for wide receiver move. I think after this week and try to upgrade there because there's no reason I need to have five very startable running backs. I can get rid of one.
You can try to. You can go super big and go like Jacobs or McCaffrey for like a Diggs type.
I can. I don't know if I will. So my wide receivers on that team right now are, let's see, Mike
You said-
Evans, Michael Pittman, George Pickens, Adam Thielen, Jacoby Myers.
Actually, I just resubmitted my trade something different because I realized I can't trade Mike Evans because I just played him.
You can trade
You can
him.
Trade him. It just won't go through till next week.
Yeah, it just won't process till Tuesday. I think. Well, it depends on the league. The league. I mean, I guess maybe different league setting or different league formats or different websites may be
You just
different.
tell the dude you're going to accept it but because Evans played, it won't go through until Tuesday, and you wait until Tuesday and make the
yeah.
same deal.
True.
Because nothing. I mean, outside of players getting hurt, nothing should change.
Yeah. I mean,
So I can put it as Brees Hall, Mike Williams, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Michael Thomas, Jamar Chase, Calvin Ridley, Keenan Allen, all just for money reasons for all those players. So that way I can
this
keep
is the
Mike
salary
Evans.
cap. Okay.
Yeah, so just so I can keep Evans and then have Evans and Diggs as my 1-2 punch.
I'll look at Evans. I think I'm more down on Evans than I should be. I am.
A lot of targets.
A little up and
Yeah,
down.
he gets a lot of targets.
A little bit up.
I mean,
and
he
down.
had two like almost touchdowns Thursday
Mhm.
night.
Well, he always has almost. He's got the yips a little bit too.
Yeah.
Last week would have been great if he would have caught that one touchdown that he dropped wide open.
You might be right on McCaffrey or Jacobs for an upside receiver, Dan, because what I got right now is a bunch of what I'd consider fringe twos.
Yeah, like the guys that
Pickens,
you would get
Pittman,
for
and
your Foreman,
Evans. Yeah.
you'd be making the same decisions on them.
Right. But if I end up with McCaffrey, if I move Jacobs or McCaffrey, then I can
They're probably
pull back a stud.
They're probably equal. You probably, if you like, maybe lean Jacobs and try to point out, high touchdown variance is going to come down.
Yeah.
But
Of course, the dude's also putting up a ton of yardage.
it's hard. It's
also-
very But that's, I mean, when you
Yeah,
trade for elite
I mean,
players, you
the
gotta
other
trade-
thing is I could probably just ride this right now to a championship on the strength of those running backs. I don't know
Yeah.
if I have to make a trade.
you don't. How many receivers you got to play each week?
2, maybe 3. It's
And
got a
one
wide.
flex?
It's got a wide receiver, tight end flex. So it's 2 wide receivers, a
Oh.
wide receiver, tight end flex, and then a wide receiver, and then a standard flex.
So you're
So-
pretty much playing 3
Pretty much
receivers.
playing 3.
Yeah. Unless you have like Kelsey.
But if I'm
And even
playing-
then-
but if I can rotate through and play 3 guys that are going to consistently be 2s with 3 backs that are going to consistently be 1s, then
Yeah. There's no need to make a move.
No, I don't have to. I could. I
No,
just don't
you
have
could.
to.
You can look at teams.
All about getting better, though. I will, and I was last week. I think. Just the other thing too is I do right, wrong, or indifferent tend to default towards people I know to make trades. A little easier.
True.
Yeah.
Well, and people I know that I kind of trust to go fair value. Sean, looking at you. Fucking offering me back the player I just dropped for a pick.
Hey, that's I mean, I've seen that. That's not just a Sean thing, but I do see that.
I'm a
quite
little
bit.
insulted he thought I was going to go for it. I'm hoping he didn't. But I'm a little insulted.
You've had a lot of trades in that league too. Been very active.
Me? Or that league in general?
That
league
league.
in general.
That in general.
Has had a lot of trades, yeah. Well, that Jackson move was literally because everybody else was moving, and I felt like I had to.
That was my whole thing with. I mean, almost the same thing with Juju. It was I need to improve team. So let's improve team.
I almost went and moved for Andrews too.
Same here. Ryan was very close in accepting. Other Ryan.
Yeah, he had a deal on the table that I didn't like at first, and then after the Jackson move, I thought, well, might as well go all in, and almost reoffered it because I didn't trade any of the pieces he was after.
Okay.
But then Thursday happened.
I may. I can't resend the offer.
Well,
some of the picks were involved already, but
and the other thing too is that I do have Dalton Schultz, and he did look more himself with Dak, so I kind of wanted to give it. If that's going to be the trend.
That still scares me.
It scares me, but
he cannot get healthy.
It scares me, but so does giving up all of my draft picks for 2 years.
True.
So, yeah. Before
another question.
Yay.
Yeah.
Pick 2. Pick 2 half PPR. Michael Carter, DJ Moore, Najee Harris. This is the Najee Harris show. And Eno Benjamin.
I'm on DJ Moore and Eno Benjamin on that one.
You're playing
because
I'm playing Eno for sure.
Definitely
He is the starter. There's no James Conner.
But also Atlanta's secondary is taking a big hit with was it AJ Terrell's out.
Yeah, Terrell's out.
He's quite the shutdown corner. Outside of that, you can pretty much throw on him. I mean, look what Joe Burrow did.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say? PJ Walker's the next Joe Burrow, right?
No, I'm just saying all the yards.
I'm messing with you, man.
I'm okay with the DJ Moore call. The other 3, Carter should get the majority of the work this week, just because they just brought in James Robinson, although had more time than McCaffrey did last. I think I want to shy away from that. Kind of matchup for and
I think it's Eno and Moore for me. Yeah. Eno starter. James Conner has already been ruled out. They're playing Minnesota. Expect a little more up tempo.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Patriots. Pittsburgh against the Eagles. Battle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We are all in agreement again. Evan, Eno Benjamin, and DJ Moore. All right.
It's twice we've recommended to sit Najee Harris this week.
Yeah.
I mean, his performance is making that decision very easy.
Kenny Pickett ain't helping.
No, that too. That whole offense ain't helping.
Offensive line ain't helping. Nothing's helping.
Nothing. It's all poop.
Speaking of poop, Broncos punted.
Of course they did. That should be their motto. We punt. We have the punts.
In a punter league, Waitman, not a bad option. All right, I'm gonna try to end the live stream again at least.
Okay.
I'll hang out, but I'm gonna try to let in the live stream at least.
Go. I think we're gonna go get brunch.